Hello everybody, how's it going? Tremoursphere here. So, as you all might be able to tell, we'll just turn it off for a minute, I'm not on the CBR 600, and as you'll probably be able to tell from my reveal video, this is my new motorbike. This is my BMW R1200 GS. Now, I didn't actually ever think I would buy one of these, not gonna lie, and a couple of you viewers may be thinking the same thing, like, well, this isn't very much your style, Trem, and in that observation you would be correct. This is not normally my style, I'm more of a sports bike kind of guy, but because I'm not selling the CBR, I just thought, well, why not go for something completely different to what I've currently got, and this is it. And you know what? I rode this home from Blackpool yesterday, and what a fantastic bike. Absolutely phenomenal bike. It has full luggage, but I've decided to take it off for the purposes of today being a bit wet and stuff. I really want to practice with the luggage on a dry day, and I'm going into town as well, so I don't really want to knock anything with them. But yeah, it's got a standard can on it, which I'll sort out at some point. And I'm sorting myself some touring gear as well, because I'm planning to do some tours on this with the missus and with some friends. So yeah, well, I'll tell you guys how I got on today on the first ride, with the first proper ride. Last night was just in the dark and stuff. This will be the first day that I've chose to come out on it and, you know, in the sun and whatnot. And yeah, I'll tell you the things that I've found with it so far. Any things that are bugging me. You know, I think I did about 200 miles on it yesterday. Also, you get onto this bike like that, which is weird. I've never had to do that, but, you know, each to their own, eh? The indicators are still as annoying. Left on the left, right on the right. All that jazz, but apart from that, like, you can do some cool off-roading on it like that. It's got a nice bit of torque. Gets up to 70 very quickly. For some reason, when I'm on this bike, I'm not sure why it is, but I just have a massive tendency to fog up with my visor, and I don't know why. It's really annoying, because I came on my CBR to pick this bike up today, and yeah, it doesn't happen on my CBR, so I'm not quite sure why on the GS I'm fogging up. So gives me a great excuse to buy Torque Cross Arai though, to go with the bike. current full face is steaming up. Looks like I'm going to have to buy a Tour X4. What a shame. I have planned a couple of trips. They're not set in stone yet, but for example, I wanted to do there's a tour you can do in Scotland, recommended by MCN magazine, and that is pretty much starting from Glasgow, going up towards Fort William, then towards John O'Groats, then towards Inverness. I'll try and put the map on the screen for you guys so you have a reference of what it's like. It's basically doing all of Scotland in one trip, and it's only 750 miles, which this bike could munch that so easily. Like I say, I did 2.5 hours riding on this yesterday, in the rain, in the cold. I couldn't feel my hands. I did have heated grips, we'll put them on. I did have them on, but still, even with it being that cold in December, 2.5 hours, I was not uncomfortable in the slightest. It's just that my hands were very cold. I have bought some, well, the missus has bought me some winter gloves, bless her, for Christmas. So on Christmas I'll have some new winter gloves, but for now we'll stick with the summer ones. But yeah, it's fantastic. Obviously, as compared to the Adventure, it's not as big here, but that doesn't really matter. With no luggage on, it's actually not that heavy. But when you start, I had a top box on it all of yesterday, and yeah, you can sort of feel the weight, to be fair. But yeah, it's really nice. It's just a bit quiet. Like, I suppose it's the same with any stock exhaust. It was the same with the CBR, but you can hear that twin grunt, that boxer twin like supermoto sound. You can hear it when you open it up a bit, but I doubt you'll be able to pick anything up on camera, unfortunately, because with the Sena Bluetooth pack, you'll be hearing me more than anything else, which is not a bad thing, really. I was looking at a Triumph Tiger, as I told you guys a while ago. And the thing with the Tiger was it was just too heavy. The Tiger is just too heavy, unfortunately. But with the GS, like, I got on it and it was so light, and I was like, oh, I might start looking at them. And then I went onto some BMW owners forums, and a lot of people were saying it doesn't matter if it has high mileage. They say they'll go for up to 100,000 miles easily, as long as they have full service history and they're looked after. And this one, ironically enough, has full service history. Not only that, but then I found out on the forums as well, and on other videos, there was a problem with the ABS models. Now, I don't know when the ABS models became better. I think it was after 2008. Now, this is a 2008 GS. But I didn't really want to take the chance, because if I think it's servo brakes they were using at the time, which is why the ABS fuel pumps went wrong. So, in effect, if you get an ABS fuel pump error, which you'll get a big error message there, and then your brakes will feel spongy, supposedly, according to the forums, if that happens, you have to go take your bike in for repair. Now, if you take it to BMW, they will charge you £2,000 to repair that. And that is not the kind of money that I have lying about on a daily basis. So, in effect, I decided to get a non-ABS model, because even if the ABS was better on this year of GS, it's just not worth the risk in the slightest. So, those are the reasonings behind what I've been looking for. This is the reason it's been so hard, and it's taken me nearly 2.5 months to find a GS, because I wanted to buy one in winter because I'm going to the Isle of Man next year, and I wanted to change the ferry so me and the missus can now go on this, which is fantastic. But I've been so picky, finding one without ABS, finding one with not overly high mileage. 40,000 is around okay. Like, a lot of them have like 60,000 and they're the same price. The mileage doesn't really seem to affect the price, which is odd. Then you've got to find one that has full luggage, I found, because the full luggage systems cost about £700. Go on, let me through there, you diamond. Da 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 da. Really shouldn't have come this way. Yes, because the boxer engine sticks out a bit, I'm really going to have to be careful of the width of this thing. It's not as nimble as my CBR was. It's not been sold. We're going to have to find somewhere in here to slot in. Boom tink. I'm just thinking which way to go into town. I sort of have a plan. I'm not going to go straight on because the traffic's pretty horrendous. I don't have long until I need to go meet my mate. It's nearly 12 now. I said I'd go meet him at 12, so I'm going to have to tell him that I'm in town and I'm coming. Winner! I don't know if these are stock levers, but they're, I think, well, they're anodized black, definitely. But yeah, they're lovely, really nice levers. Just stop like so well as my CBR. Like, I've always rated my CBR's brakes extraordinarily highly, and this is no exception. It's a Beamer though, isn't it? You know, it's going to be mint. Excuse me, mate, get off the road. Thank you. And no, for anybody wondering in the back of their mind, I'm just going to clarify this now. I'm not going to be wearing a polite jacket. I'm not going to be wearing any high visibility gear because I'm not an old man. Everyone classes this as an old man's bike, and you know what? I did to a point as well. Like, there was a time in my riding career where I was like, oh, I won't dare buy GS, it's a proper old man's bike. And you know what? I actually like it a lot now. A lot more than I used to do. And I don't know really what got me into the GS. I think it was watching the Charlie Borman and McGregor trip around the world. That trip, really, I was like, damn, that bike is pretty cool. And then like I started to like the aesthetics of it. And then I liked the fact that it was like an off-road adventure bike. And then I started liking adventure bikes in general. And then I ended up buying one. So adventure and sport is my my go-to area now. I do like adventure bikes. I like that they're big and hard, and you know you can do some really cool stuff with them. Like I like the adventure bikes where you can actually go off road. Like if there was a day and I was like, you know what, I want to go do some off roading, you can. Whereas there's some adventure bikes and it's just like, no, you can't do that, and they're only made for the road. It's the first time I've seen myself in the reflection. It looks alright actually. I just like how you can like manhandle them and stuff, and I don't know, they're just cool bikes. I can understand where the old man factor comes from though, definitely. We're gonna go park right, I think. There we go. Let's put it on steering lock as well. There we go. Right guys, I'll be back in a minute after I find out why this clearance stock is closed. So you got the navigator. Oh yes, as well. So that is the difference between the adventure and the regular. The adventure is seriously bigger. That is those are the spotlights and the engine bars I'm after. Definitely. It's got a sump on that one as well. I don't think mine has that. Has it? Yeah, mine does. Huh. Interesting. These are the spotlights anyway and the engine bars. Very nice. Nice seat that goes with it as well. It's got some different hand guards by the looks of it. It's nice. Now what year is it? Oh, it's a 2010 model, so it's still similar. But yeah, those are the differences anyway. Right, I'll be back soon.